Yeah, and what do you think about last visit of Chairman Xi to Moscow and possible with Chinese-Russian alliance? We can't say that there is an alliance for the moment,
Yeah, yeah.
but we are quite concerned about this. And what do you think about Chinese role here? And in general, do you feel any threat for Taiwan, for in other places from China?
I think that China and Russia are really different countries. And for the first moment, it looks like they are very close. But there are only, they have one topic. This is a rejection towards the free democratic world. This is the moment. They are very, very close together. But in other topics, they are totally in a different world. I mean, if you see China, it was very successful the last decades. Okay, now they have problems after Corona, after the pandemic situation, because nearly for 3 years, it's unbelievable, Chinese people has to stay at home. And I mean, really to stay at home. And this is for the economic development in China, absolute catastrophe. So but now the foreign minister, Chinese foreign minister, came to Putin, I think, to explain or to be close in the question of the free democratic world. But I think that's all. China is a big brother, and Russia is a really little, tiny one.
Yeah.
And for China, I'm sure that Russia wouldn't attack Ukraine without green light from China. We remember Putin traveled to China 1 year ago, and without China, China's yes, he wouldn't attack Ukraine. And now China realized, like the Russian do, that the European Union stands together, that NATO is growing, that the free democratic world is on the side of Ukraine. This is delivering all this stuff and also weapons. I mean, it's really, if you compare it with 1.5 years ago, it's unbelievable what happens
Absolutely.
now. And so now China realized that it's bad for China too. And because we have the discussion now about the Zeitenwende, not only to help the Ukraine, also we are talking about our army, that our army has to be a better, a modern one, that we have a big discussion in Germany about our economic situation, about the trade with China. Of course, we will always have a trade with China, but we have absolutely a really huge trade. And there is a discussion in Germany, what happens in the future? Maybe there are other countries you could deal with. What's the question with India? What is the question with the Africa continent? So China realized that there may be young companies will look not only to the China market. Of course, this is a huge market, also to other markets. And China is not interested in that Europe is against, in an economic way, is against China. So I'm sure that China will realize what happens. And one good thing, one very important good thing is that China and United States, and they are really on other sides, that both said, you remember in Indonesia when the meeting of the G20, that both said, Biden and Xi to Russia, don't think about to use a bomb,
Nuclear weaponry. Yeah.
nuclear weapon. I think this is really, really important. And
Very.
China, yes, said it again, that there is no doubt it's absolutely unacceptable. And so we will see. But this discussion in Germany, and not only in Germany, about the economic questions, I think this is a very important sign to China. And you said it was Taiwan. I traveled to Taiwan last January with colleagues, and we talked to them. And even this island of Taiwan was very helpful to Ukraine. From the first beginning, they sent medical care, they sent money, $30 million helping from Taiwan to Ukraine. So they were also very alert about the situation in Europe. And so China realized that this conflict, this war in Europe, touches also interests of China.